but uh, this shit was crazy. I'm gonna go a little out of order here because this is the last stock that I traded for the day. But I'm a little excited and shocked. So that's why I'm gonna talk about this stock first. But dog, like what the fuck? All right, man. Let me talk about this stock first. This stock right here, I fucked it up. I came in after trading the other two stocks that I'll be talking about. Um, I came into this one and I saw that it was up. I saw that it was just pushing up, 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 and it was at like 13, and the high was 13.30 or something like that. My risk was 13.30. So I'm like, okay, I shorted it like right here, um, at $13, I believe, um, for I think 2,000 shares, and um, yeah, right here, and then I added again after this pullback right here. After this pullback right here, I got in right here, just below. It had said 13.30. You know, this chart always messes up, but it said it went to a high of 13.30. So I added right here, and I saw that okay, it wasn't passing 13.30. Um, so um, I added, I got in, and then I got in again, and then it pulled back. I was up like $400, I think. Yeah, $400, and then it started squeezing up. And just before, I had $1,000 that I was gonna, 1,000 shares I was gonna add again here, but I didn't want to add it, and I was trying to stick to my 20 T5K rule, but I completely forgot. When I got in, I knew um, that because I got in at 2,000, and I knew that okay, I hit my 25, 26. But I completely forgot about it. It just slipped my mind, and I added another 1,000 shares. So I was in at $45,000, which was beyond my amount. So I was wrong for that. But I got in. I got in, and um, as it starts to push up, I got in, and I'm like, shit. I added, and I'm getting squeezed on. So I'm like, fuck. But at this point right here, I was down like $2,000. Um, Here, and I'm like, I'm way in over my head. Emotions are rushing, and at first, euphoria was here when I got in. Then fear started hitting, and then fear of taking a loss, and all these different emotions started kicking in all throughout here. Um, and once one emotion kicks in, all the other emotions starts kicking in as well. It's like a snowball effect. Um, So when I was in it right here, and I was just like sitting waiting, I had to keep catching myself and keep evaluating the whole situation. And I'm like, okay, yo, you're down like 2,000. I had to hide my profit and loss because my profit and loss was influencing me on this trade, and I had to just catch myself and constantly do emotional regulation, and I'm re-regulating it, and I'm not doing so well mentally. I am just pissed. But before I even got pissed, I was um, just like I couldn't think straight, and I had to keep catching myself. I'm like, do I cover here? I don't want to cover here. I don't want to take this loss. And I'm thinking, and I'm trying to look at the odds, but my emotions are clouding my judgments, and I couldn't think straight. But eventually, I was able to catch myself, and I waited it out, and it just started fading, 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 and it was doing this choppy downtrend, and those choppy trends are when it's choppy, it makes you go in and out of different emotions. So each time I'm like, okay, it goes down. I'm like, yes, it's starting to come down. Then it'll come back up. Ah, shit. Come down. Yes. Ah, and it'll go back up. Ah, shit. And I was just going through those emotional roller coasters, and I'm just waiting for it to hit my average so it can drop. Yes, shorting here would have been better, but I'm not yet skillful enough to know when exactly to short. All I did was I saw that it was here. Um, I shorted at 13. My risk was um, uh, 330. When I got in at $1,000 a share, I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I'm risking um, uh, 3,000, or I think I had my average higher than that. So let me see. My average was higher. Yes, my average was higher. So I was risking like $200, and then I added below, and then my average went down to 13, and then now I'm risking $600 um, per share. And then I added here, and I wasn't thinking straight, and then I just added here. So now I'm risking way more, but I don't know where I was going with that. But it was just an emotional roller coaster, and I wish I had better entries, because if I just was able to recognize that okay, this wasn't going to work out well, or I just sized in smaller and took the loss, I could have added here and go a much larger size and made my money back plus more. Um, but then it started fading, fading, fading. It gave me a chance to get out right here, and this is what I've been upset with, because it gave me multiple chances to get out. It gave me one, I think, yeah, one, two, three, and then there was a fourth one I can't remember. I think it was here or here. Yeah, yeah. So one, two, three, and then four. Um, I had four chances to get out and I didn't. And this is my thing here, where I say I need to improve on my executions, entries, and exits, because I get multiple chances to get out and then I don't, and then I go through this roller coaster of losses and then come back down and I'm back to where I started from. When I could have just took it from here, added here, took a covered here, because when I was watching it, I'm like, okay, get out right here, and I did not take it. And then I'm like, this is where you need to add. But I'm like, I'm already in more than what I'm supposed to, so I'm not gonna add. Then it came down here. I was like, okay, get out now, and then I didn't. And then it pushed up back again, and I'm like, I'm thinking about adding, but I know I'm not going to do it. And then it came down again. I'm like, get out, and I'm like, nah, I just didn't do it. I just pushed it aside, and it uptrended, and then it had this crash, and then I still wouldn't get out right here, and then it pushed up, and like, there you go again. You had your whole chance to get out, and now you're not. And then when it came down to 12, I got out right here at 12, and it did this big number right here. Um, but what I'm trying to say is I'm going through these roller coasters of emotions, but not only emotions, but the dollar, my profit and loss. I'm going through roller coasters when I could have just gotten out from the jump, or gotten out a portion of my shares and then added here and just play it smartly. But I watched a video on trading tickers. Tim Grittani was talking about how he was shorting BIOC, and he was scaling in and out. And he was like, you don't have to do it the way I do it, but you just do it the way you feel is best for you. And yes, I like to just short, coming down, and I like to go all the way with full size. I like that because then I can make a larger amount. But when you do that, you're prone to more risk because you can make more money going straight down, letting it ride back up, adding. Because now, if I get in with the three, I had the 3,000 shares here. If I had a better entry, I would have went down, took took about half my gains out, rolled it back up, added half my gains, so I'm already plus 15, plus a portion of my gains no matter what, and then I added right here or here or here, and then rolled it back down, cover, ride it back up, add, and just so much ways to make more money, and I'm just trying to get better at that, but I just when I'm here, I'm like telling myself I want more, I want more, I want more, and I don't get it, and I end up losing a lot, and I missed a great opportunity. Um, but after I failed to do that, I'm just going through emotional roller coasters here, and I'm regulating them as best as I can. To the point where it's like, okay, I had to evaluate the stock, and I'm like, okay, um, it's doing a flagpole pattern again. It could be doing one of these where it just keeps pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. If not, it will repeat the same thing I did yesterday, where it just kept pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. It had these big drops. I wasn't watching it yesterday. Excuse me. And the same thing with the day before, yesterday. But it had these big drops, but still, it kept pushing up. And I didn't want to get stuck in that, honestly. And, and, after that, um, after that, I'm just going through these roller coasters, thinking how I should have done better, pissed off. I was so angry with myself because I wouldn't get out. I'm looking at it, I'm like 4 different times I didn't get out. I went almost to break even here because it bounced on me so much. I was in at 13, where I did go break the even, and I went negative. And I went close to break even here, then 700 here, and it was just like just it was just pissing me off. And it's not the stock, it's me. It's me. It's my performance. It's like me not recognizing what to do in the moment. But it's not until after I realize what I should have done. And I think the only way for me to improve on that is through practice. Um, so it's like I'm recognizing it after the fact, and sooner or later I'm gonna recognize it in the moment, which I'm starting to do now, recognizing it in the moment. And then at some point I'm gonna learn from that through repetition that I'm just gonna start executing right here or covering some of my shares. And then eventually I'm gonna get to understand, okay, this is where I need to be adding. And then eventually I'm gonna get to the point where like, okay, this is where I need to cover. I need to add again here, cover again, add again when it pushes up some more, and then let it just ride and take. And that's when I'll get skillful enough to take advantage of the whole situation. But after it pushed down here, I saw that it was okay, red to green, and I was red to green right here. It was red to green right here. It was like, oh shit, 10 cents away from red to green, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit and wait to see. But then Tim Kurtani's voice came in my head. He's like, remember, red to green can act as support. And right now, I'm not in the mentally, I'm not in the right position to be challenging red to green. Nor am I skillful enough to be challenging more levels. I'm already challenging all these different levels, and I'm already up on my trades. So let me just take the gains. So I let my order sit at 12.3 and 12.5, um, and eventually it got executed, and it just started tanking. This is where it became funny because I did not expect it to drop this much. When I did the calculations, I'm like, yo, I could have made an extra $2,000 or $5,000 trades a day. And I missed it, and I was just like laughing at myself and kind of like beating myself up for that. Well, barely beating up myself, but I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing, and then now it's dropping some more. It was dropping some more, so it's just like wow, and it's just above lower day, but I was just laughing. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I can't get mad because I didn't take advantage of this trade. I just laughed. Um, but uh, um, I didn't need to look at the SEC filings to see if there was any manipulation. Because once I saw the yearly chart, I knew there was. And this is just a push up from this big drop. So it is what it is. It's just a big drop from this spike here. But I think I did. I think I did pretty bad overall. Because I didn't. Let me go back to it. I think I did pretty bad overall because I didn't cut losses quick. Well, not even that. I sized in too big. Didn't recognize that. I did. Then I added when I was already going too big, and then I didn't cut losses, and I stayed stubborn into this big loss. But one thing I can say is I didn't do as good as I did yesterday, and regulating my emotions. But I feel like I did pretty good. Um, well, honestly, I feel like I did pretty good. I did regulate it um, when it was squeezing on me and it was doing all of this. Yes, it was taking a big chunk out of my judgment, but I still stayed strong um, and came out of this trade on top. Not only that, but uh, it could have been just stubbornness that kept me in to take a profit, but the discipline wasn't there. But I've learned from this, and it might take me a long time um, to really grow from it. And I might be just learning in pieces. I might be learning in pieces, little bits and pieces that you would seem not substantial, but little by little, I'm gonna learn from this, and it might take me a long time to grow from it, but it doesn't matter because I know I'm getting better. Although I'm struggling and I'm going through ups and downs. Overall, I'm on an uptrend, and I know that at some point I'll be trading live next week, and I know at some point or 2 weeks from now, but I'm at some point I know that I'm gonna be super duper successful if I keep at it. If I keep studying, if I keep learning the stock market, studying the stock market, studying the DVDs, watching the video lessons, watching the webinars, learning duck stuff, uh, going back to Gritani stuff, learning Superband stuff. I know I will get better. Not only that, um, if I keep studying my psychology textbook that talks about the brain and helps me understand what's going on with my mind and my body, that will help me um, get better at it. Not only that, reading 48 Laws of Power. Um, um, uh, what's the other book? Reading the Science of Getting Rich book. What was the last book? Uh, uh, reading Robert Kiyosaki's Tax Free Wealth book, and then reading the Rules of the Game book to help me. If I keep doing those things and I start learning Spanish, I start learning French again, get better at French, and I keep growing. I know I'm gonna be very great. But it's not. The thing is, I've been working on trying to do everything all at once. But I need to go back and listen to my friend's audio talking about doing portions of everything over time. Um, but I know I'm getting better and I know I'm progressing. Um, I just got to keep I just got to keep putting the work in, you know, and eventually I will progress and get much better. Um, but that was just this trade. The other trades, I tried trading two different stocks at the same time this morning. Ticker symbol BTX and ticker symbol APT. Um, BTX, I got in. Don't remember the price that I got in at, but I got in pre-market. I knew it was going to drop because there was little to no value on this stock. And I think I went in with 1,000 to 2,000 shares. Let me see if I can find that information. Um, I don't know. I don't want to mess this up. I'm not on my double screen, but um, I went in with two, two trading two different stocks, and I went in with um, I went in with 2,000. I think $2,000. I mean, not 2,000. 2,000 shares or not. Give me a second, and I'll show you here. I don't know what screen is recording right now, so I'm gonna stop this video and start it again.